Okay, guys, welcome once again to this edition of Learn to Code with me. And basically, what we're going to be doing is going through LeetCode questions, and I'm going to explain them from the perspective of a beginner. So, this is something I found super helpful when I was learning to program. Just being able to sit next to someone and hear their thought process was super valuable and really shortens the learning curve. So let's get started. So the first thing, as always, just go to LeetCode.com, and you don't need a premium subscription, as you might see here. You know, there's some locks next to some questions that are premium, so you don't need one. And basically, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to go to string, because I think this is the easiest kind of data structure to start learning. And I'm going to sort this in difficulty easy. And as you can see, again, I mentioned earlier, the locks means you need to subscribe. You don't need that. We can use just the regular one. So I'm going to pick shuffle king and shuffle string, I'm sorry. And again, my goal is going to be to finish this in 10 minutes while explaining my solution step by step. So cool. So it's 6:23 here on the East Coast in New York. So I'm going to begin in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. 6:23 start time. Okay, so shuffle string. Okay, so given a string S and an integer array indices of the same length, the string S will be shuffled such that the character at the ith position moves to indice I in the shuffled string. Okay, so it looks like we're just flipping their indice with a neg. The ith position moves to character in the ith position moves to. Okay, so example 1, 4, 0, 6, 7, 0. Oh, I see. Okay, so indice I will say the character at the ith position moves to 4. Yeah, so this was 4. So this goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, character in this position is going to move to the 5th position. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Character in the the D is going to move to the 6th. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. So here's an example. Input S, code leet, indices equal this. Output LeetCode, because it's going to take the C, put it in the 4th position, the 0, put it in the 5, 4, 5, 6. So all of this is going to the 4, 5, 6, and then leet is going to 0, 2, 1, 3. So 0, yeah, okay, so this becomes LeetCode. Okay, cool. So I know how to do this now. Basically, what I want to describe from a beginner's perspective is this. We're going to say S equals quote, code leet, and quote. This is a string. This is a data structure called a string. It's just letters. It's exactly what you think. It's a word in English. In computer science, called this a data structure of string. You see this next one. It says indices equals this. And you see bracket, number, comma, number, comma, number, comma, number, blah, 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 to another bracket. This is an array. When you see the brackets, this means it's an array. And what an array means is I'm a container, and I can be a container of other data structures. Here, it's a container of integers, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 0, 2, 1, 3. Those are all integers. Those are all numbers, right? We call those numbers, but in computer science, those are called integers. We'll leave it at that. There's another couple different data structures for numbers, but not important right now. So I'm just going to go ahead now and jump to the constraints just to see. I would go through all these examples and explain it, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory what's happening here. So I'm going to skip to the constraints and just S length and just saying, hey, the string and the number of instructions we're going to give you are always going to be the same. You will never have a character more than 100. S contains only lowercase English words, and we promise to play nice. All indices are unique. cool. Promise to play nice. Okay, here we go. So we are 3 minutes in, and it's 6:26 now, and I'm going to start the solution. So when you are in LeetCode, you have all these options of languages to choose. If you are a beginner and you do not know any programming language, I would highly recommend that you start with Python 3, the newest version of Python, because Python reads so close to English, and you don't have to worry about different semantics of a language that is more advanced, like C++ or Java. Semantics of those languages are going to kind of bog you down and prevent you from getting, slow you down from getting to what I call the important things, which are learning about algorithms, learning about data structures, and learning how to think like a computer scientist. So here we go. So I have Python here, and I'm going to start writing this algorithm. So what I'm going to do is make a new array. Just to make this simple, I'm going to make a new array and fill it with z's. That is the same length of s, right? So I'm going to say for, I'm going to call this index, for index in the length of s. So this is, what this means is for, I just automatically initialize just index, hey, this is a new thing, in the length of s. So in the length of s, this is going to spend the number of times that is the length of s. So if, here it's 5. We're going to be in this loop 5 iterations. So I can even put, I don't even care what this is called. So I'm just going to call it underscore. I'm going to make, and I'm just going to call this the result array. Result array, and then for each one we're going to do result array dot, I want to say it's append. Is it append? So Python append to array. So whenever you don't know anything, just Google it. Like, it's simple stuff like this. This is why I don't typically read books about learning a language, because you can just Google exactly what you're trying to do once you know the core operations for each data structure. It doesn't matter what language you're in. So list dot append element. Great. So append, and I'm just gonna put a big ol' Z. Okay, so now I have my copy, and now I'm gonna say for each index in indices, I'm gonna say the result array for indices there's no each, for index and equals the s index, and then I just return the result array. So basically we make our copy here. So step 1, make a copy, and this can be optimized. I just did this super quick just to illustrate a point. Initialize copy array, and you may not even need a copy array. Like, I'm sure I could come up with a way if I have more time to do this more efficient. And here's step 2, move the characters according to the indices array. Okay, because what they told us was the string s will be shuffled such that the characters at ith position, I'm just going to call this I to make it simpler to read. The character at the ith position, right here, moves to indices I in the shuffled string. So, right, we can call this shuffled string, shuffled. I want to make sure I can beat this time, so I have 3 minutes left, okay. The shuffled string, return the shuffled string. I return the shuffled string, right? So shuffled string 0, for each of the length of s, just put a z, just to build this up, and then move the characters according to the indices array. In the ith position is going to go to the whatever the indices is saying, and the shuffle string, and return the shuffle string. So step 3, return the shuffled string. And you can kind of start to see here how Python reads so close to English. Right, return shuffled string. So cool. So I have about 2 minutes to spare here, and I'm gonna go ahead and click run code. This is just gonna run a first test. It's not gonna run all the tests. The int object is not iterable for blank in length of s. I haven't typed Python in a while. For underscore in list of s. Let's try that. Not iterable. Okay. Python for loop. Python loops for x and fruits. There's gotta be a way to do for x in length. Range. I forgot about range. That's what it's called. Wow, I haven't written Python in a long time. I've been doing a lot of C++ and Java at work lately. Wrong answer. Oh no, what did I say? LeetCode, and they want the string. Oh, okay, so Python to string. So Python list to string. How to convert list to string? Using join. Oh, okay, I can join it. Yeah, okay, I can join it. Dot join. And give it nothing. One type error has no attribute join. List object has no attribute join. Dot join. Oh, okay. I wrote that the wrong way. It's supposed to be that dot join and then give the list. Awesome, accepted. 6:33 and 18 seconds. Made it with the 10-minute time, so that's a relief. So, all right, now that we've done that, step 3, return the shuffled string. We got the accepted. I'm gonna click submit here, and this should pass all the tests. And it has. In the red, our next challenges, they are red because they are hard. You can see here, runtime 60 milliseconds, faster than 40%. I'm actually surprised by this. I typed this up very quickly, and to the fact that I was faster than 40% of the other online submissions. Well, let me bring this out a little bit. I'll bring this in. Runtime 60 milliseconds, faster than 40% of the Python 3 online submissions for shuffle string. Time twister. Memory usage 14.3 megabytes, less than 21%. So, yeah, this isn't, again, I just hacked this up, and I know that this was inefficient. You have to do this loop. This is inefficient too. We could have built the string, you know, in a smarter way. But, you know, this is great. So you've gone through another practice interview question, and the reason why, again, I just want to reiterate, I go through LeetCode is because this is actually what I use to prepare for all the, you know, job offers I've gotten at big tech companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Google. So this is actually what the process is like when you have an interview. They will ask you a question that is just like this. They'll give you an example, and they will ask you to speak through your thought process. So again, you know, I applaud you for getting you know, this far in the video, and I hope you continue to watch more. Yeah, thanks for joining.